I apologize in advance if this video is duplicated. I just been pushing out a lot more content, but the reason why I apologize as well is because one, I've been pushing out a lot more content. I'm trying to upload every other day. I did that for a month and it was not as easy as I had originally thought. And I should have attempted to do that in October just because it's Q4. It's much better for content creation. It's just a much better year during Q4, and I did it in September. But I apologize again if this is duplicated. I have recently been having a lot of complications, or not a lot, that's pretty dramatic, but I've been having quite a bit of problems with the software that I use to record content where it literally limits me. I have noticed where instead of like 30 minutes being my max to record in a single setting, it has reduced to freezing as soon as it gets to like 5 minutes to 6 minutes to even 7 minutes. 7 minutes is the most I have recently seen it get up to. And I just made a video, several videos, and as soon as I was like about to close it, and I was like, wow, this is a good video, it was to my satisfactory, it ended up freezing. And I'm like literally looking at you guys. I'm like, did it freeze? Is it working? And I'm trying to like stop it to kind of save the file before if I could. And yeah, and it loses it. It says, sorry, your software crashed. You're going to have to retake it. And so I apologize again if this is duplicated. But I wanted to talk about it because talk about this particular topic is would I have back surgery again? Now, the reason why this conversation came into play is because for those of you that don't know, is I recently had my 25th Spinraza injection, and my 25th Spinraza injection went really well, went great. My 24th, 23rd, 22nd, and I also believe my 21st Spinraza injection went they went well, but I underwent severe pain for several weeks. And my 21st wasn't as bad, 22nd wasn't as bad, and then the 23rd, 24th it began to progress. Where my 24th, which is my last Spinraza injection, not my recent one, but prior my last recent one in the beginning of the year, I was down for several weeks. Now, when I say I was down, I was undergoing a lot of pain. It was hard for me to sit up. Me being in this position was like it was like very unbearable to sit in this position. I had to constantly move. I had to constantly recline myself. I could not find a comfortable position. When I say I was undergoing immense pain, I was undergoing immense pain down to the point where it was like, I don't want to say the word making me sweat because that's a bit dramatic, but it was making me really, really hot, and I couldn't find a comfortable spot. Even when I would lay down, I couldn't lay down. It was hard to lay. Or I don't want to use the word couldn't, but it was hard for me to lay down. It was hard for me to turn. It was hard for me to move. It was literally, when I say very turbulent for several weeks, it was very, very turbulent. It even got down to the point where I had to go to the hospital in the very, very beginning, like my 21st, 22nd, and I also believe my 23rd. I had to go to the ER and get a pain medication, pain, and I don't want to say injection, but pain shot on my hip because the pain was that excruciating. And for me, I am one who always feels pain. Like right now, I am in pain. I am just not showing it. But I am one who goes through pain constantly, where if I have developed the mentality where if it is endurable, then endure it. And it's probably not the healthiest thing, but for me, it gets me by. But the reason why I mention that is because the pain was so intense where literally I was trying to tell myself that if it's endurable, endure it. It's temporary. You're not going to feel like this forever. For me, forever it's like I ask myself, are you going to feel like this in a month from now? Are you going to feel like this in a year from now? And when the answer is no, that gets me by. It's all about, okay, just take it one more day. Just take it one more day. And that's how I kind of get through things like that. But this conversation I recently had with my mother is, would I have back surgery again? And the reason why this conversation came into play is because my last Spinraza injection of, as I had mentioned how bad it went, my 24th Spinraza injection, for full clarity, is me undergoing so much pain is my doctor began to ask, what are our alternative options? Now, I personally thought that I had an alternative option that was a little bit more complex than the spot injection that they have to use, but that's my only option to receive Spinraza. I have no alternatives. So the only alternatives I have is to switch medication, which is something I'd rather not do just because I've seen the progressiveness from Spinraza within itself. Now, to hear more about my Spinraza injection, look up my uh, 25th Spinraza injection life update, and you can see the full video there. But my mother had asked me, when you have back surgery again? And the reason why that conversation came into play is because my doctor messaged me and was like, hey, would you be interested in having a shunt or a pump uh, put in? And a neurosurgeon would have to implant that shunt or a pump. And I was having this conversation with my mom, and I was like, me personally, I anything that comes to my back, I'm very little to not open to that kind of discussion. And the reason being is just because of my back surgery experiences has, I don't want to say left me traumatized, but I have undergone so much pain just within my back alone. And I'm already at that age where if I can avoid a very extensive major surgery like that, I would. And to me, it's just not worth undergoing that kind of pain again and undergoing that kind of extensive recovery again. Because the recovery process from my back surgery experiences was over a year. And I was in the hospital for 2.5 months just within my back surgery experience. That was quite the experience, as you can imagine. So, the reason, a recent conversation I have, would I have back surgery again? The answer is not likely. I was open to it about a few years ago, and there's a lot more why I wanted to do it, but you can ask me that later. But yeah, so would I have back surgery again? The answer realistically is no. I'm just not open to go through something so extensive and something so critical as well, because as it is, me with my SMA, it's progressing. It's not the strongest as it was in 2010. It's not the strongest, and trying to recover from something that extensive, to me personally, it's a matter of, is it worth it? And for me, I'm leaning more towards not really. So I wanted to share this conversation with you. I am surprised this video got to 8 minutes, but I am going to kind of rush it because I think this is a good video. And but yeah, if you have any comments regarding my SMA surgeries, life, anything, mental health, anything, please drop them down within the comments down below. Like, subscribe if you are new. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.